What up, you guys? This is Michael from Video Creep.
I'm Brad, formerly of In the Mic of Madness.
And now we're together, like lovers.
Welcome to Aimless Discussion. So, for our first video ever breaking into YouTube, what are we going to do? We're going to jump on the Halloween train, try to get like a quick couple hundred subscribers right away?
People would love that.
They
If
would.
we just spoke about things that like people love right away. People would really dig that.
You know what people love, though?
What?
Like conveniences. They love relaxing at home. They love their preheated dinners and shit.
It's true. Fucking refrigerators. The rug in your bathroom, you know?
Fucking your stool, your sliding glass door, all these things. People love these things. They love them.
Halloween is great, but those things are better.
Yeah, Halloween comes once a year, but you use these things every day.
All year round.
So, why don't we do a double feature of appliance horror?
I like that.
All
I
right,
like that a
cool.
lot. I'm fucking ready.
All right, well, it just so happens that I watched Microwave Massacre the other night.
I also watched Microwave Massacre of No This.
Holy
Wasn't
fucking
planned.
shit, that's weird.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
It was my first time. I tried to watch it once with my friend Rebecca Reinhart, my former co-host, and we got sidetracked. So I got to come back and watch it again.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very surprised by Microwave Massacre.
Well, why don't you give the log line? Why don't you tell us a brief overview of what the back of the box? What would you say?
The back of the box.
Yeah, what's this movie about?
Well, all right, that's one of the things. So I thought going into this movie that it was going to be about something completely different. Like, number one, I thought like we were going to be dealing with a killer microwave.
Oh, okay.
The whole movie long. Microwave doesn't really have a whole lot to do with
Hey,
anything.
Microwave does get a kill though.
Does it? Who does he kill?
We'll get there.
Okay, what are we thinking?
You'll remember. But anyway, so what's this flick about? If it's not that, then what is it?
I would say that this movie is about just titties. Just an onslaught of titties in a kitchen.
So there's a construction worker, and his main problem is his wife fucking sucks at cooking, and
I disagree. I thought she cooked awesome, by the way.
yeah, the first thing we see this guy unbox is a lettuce and crab sandwich, and the
Yes.
crab is 100% still in its shell.
Yes, that's the thing that makes me think she's an awesome cook.
And every time he comes home, she's got some shit that she wants to cook him, and he's not happy. There's a lot of like borderline domestic fucking bullshit going on in this movie. Like,
I don't know, man.
it's a simpler time. This movie came out in. Do you remember the year?
Fuck, nah.
I didn't.
83. It came out in
Oh, shit.
83.
Yeah.
Yeah, game show answer.
Definitely it's got to be a dark comedy.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that it's a horror at all. Like there's definitely like horror elements to it, but it's a dark
Well,
comedy
it's
through
fucking
and
going
through.
in my horror section. You can eat my ass if you have a problem.
Yeah, I think it's a dark comedy through and through.
It is a dark comedy, but I mean, when there's a serial killer of any kind involved. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So he gets sick of this shit. Meanwhile, she's spending the money he's earning on like this luxurious microwave that's really just an oven.
Yes.
Like, it's
Very loose.
fucking huge, and I don't really know if it has any microwave features or not. Like he does broil things in it.
Correct.
He hits broil.
Yeah.
But anyway, he ends up killing his wife, accidentally eats part of her hand, discovers that human meat is good, and then the movie follows him going through trying to kill several different women. So starts off with a pair of tits, as you said.
It
The
does.
movie, you were joking, but you weren't joking.
No, I wasn't.
If you look, the first note I have on the movie is the word titties.
I'm pretty sure that's my first note as well.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Probably not. It looks like a blur from here, but titties.
Titties are real on this. And like good titties at that too.
Being from '83, like I mean, they were all the white women had like the white woman ass, but they had some like heavy like late '70s, early '80s fucking tits when KFC chicken hormones started giving girls nice heavy fucking knockers.
Yeah.
You know, because if you look at an old Playboy dude, like you ladies might not know this, but your grandma had hideous tits.
That's true.
Hideous small fucking looking like candy corn or fucking like maybe like a bit of a slope, like some kind of like wilting banana.
Very niche titties.
Yes, and then you started eating KFC chicken, and you were born with tits. You got tits in like fucking when you're 8 years old or some shit.
They rounded out.
Oh yeah, they
rounded out.
Fucking real titties started looking more like fake titties, and you know what? I think we reached a happy medium.
Yeah. When I saw the tits, I immediately was happy because like I hadn't seen Microwave Massacre before, but as soon as I saw that opening scene with the just straight shot of her chest and then that music that started playing throughout it. Oh, dude, so good. So good. It's a mood setter, for sure. Like, as soon as you start the movie, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm getting in for here. I wasn't anticipating the crab sandwich, though. That threw me off.
That was where it was just like, I don't know what level of irrational this comedy is going to be. Yes. But it takes itself pretty seriously. Like, it's just pretty much a straight story.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's a dark comedy. If your aunt watches it, she's gonna be like, that was a fucking depressing, weird, fucked up movie about a serial killer. But if you watch it, if you're watching this, you're gonna find some amusement in it. There's a B story. In addition to like all the stuff he's doing, you got the construction workers.
Oh, right.
Like just randomly it'll cut to them trying to get laid. It starts off with that. Like that girl with the tits comes jogging up and just shoves her tits through 2 holes in the construction wall, and like they go ogle her, and it's bizarre. Like one guy tries to get laid with her, and he takes her over to a gay construction worker.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, I liked her character. It's funny that we didn't see her die at all throughout this movie. She survives.
Probably because his method is meeting like hookers and drunk women, and he didn't have the fucking stones or the game to like just pull her off her daily jog. Like she's already seen all the construction workers, and she's already got the order of the ones she would fuck, and his fat old ass is not one of them.
Can we talk about his game for a second?
Sure.
Because he has the weirdest game I'd ever seen.
He's also an amazing shit talker to his wife.
He is.
I can't remember what she said, but he came back with like, I didn't attend the Braille Institute, like insinuating that she was fucking ugly.
Oh. I mentioned it in my review of it, but like their dynamic reminded me of that comic, The Lockhorns. Do you know that one?
No.
It's literally just
sounds like it's about 2 fucking deer, and it's in Sunday morning cartoon, and it's just about 2 deer and their fucking life. It's like Family Circus, but with deer people.
See, that made it really kinky. The Lockhorns, a kinky story. Yeah, no, it's just a couple that like talk shit about each other, and it's like a one-panel comic. Yeah, and it's like he's sleeping on the couch, and it's like, I don't know, some stupid shit about how they're unhappy. Yeah, that's their dynamic in that movie.
Yeah, he comes home and he's fucking tired, and she's got some ridiculous shit that she's thrown together. There's no internet back then, so she's not getting recipes online.
Right, it's all books.
She's fucking serving some gross shit. I'm a picky eater, so I more relate to him in this situation.
Really?
But well, he's a cocksucker. He's mean to her. I'm not saying that he's right, but I'm just saying I can understand. I like, fuck, dude, a super adventurous cook, like, could really fuck up my life.
But alright, I could understand him if she was making, like, I don't know, fucking snail and jelly sandwiches.
She served him a fucking crab, bro.
I like that. Alright.
What would you do? You're gonna go get a sledgehammer off the construction site and crack that fuck open?
I would do it with my teeth, because that's how I eat crab.
Are you Filipino?
Well, I just know what to do. But man, all right, this is exactly what would happen. If I go into my lunchbox that my wife made me for lunch, and it was a crab sandwich.
Ladies, listen up.
The first thing that I would do is I would pick up my phone and be like, haha, you're hilarious. Because that's fucking hysterical. I would throw out the bread and lettuce and just eat the crab.
Okay.
I wouldn't eat the crab sandwich. If that's like what she was aiming for, then yeah, she's probably a really bad cook.
He doesn't have a plate or utensils to crack it open. He doesn't have anything. Like, he's not prepared to eat crab. And then later in the movie, like, I don't remember exactly what she made, but it's like souffle of fucking gross. Like,
wait, it was cordon bleu.
Was it?
She made him cordon bleu. These aren't weird things. He's just overreactive.
Okay. Well, he is overreactive because he fucking kills her.
And, with a salt and pepper shaker.
Which one?
I don't know. Oh, salt. It was salt because he like throws salt on her afterwards.
Oh, well, I was even not gonna. I should have known because I was gonna say he throws it over his shoulder, like he spilled it. He doesn't want to have bad luck. That's where like the comedy came through a little more obvious, but it was still kind of subtle. It was like he's beating her to death. He's not done beating her to death. He takes the time to throw the salt over his shoulder and then continues beating her to death.
Well, he wants to get away with it. You know, if you don't throw that salt, he's gonna get caught.
You know, he had it going pretty good.
But after he kills her, like, his confidence level just goes through the fucking roof. Because he just starts playing the field left and right.
One could argue it would have happened either way. Just an unhappy marriage ends. I think either participant would start doing better.
Sure. No, that's fair.
Being dragged down. By playing the field, he hires a prostitute. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. He chops her the fuck up.
Yes.
And then puts her in a. He takes out all the bullshit food or cordon bleu that fucking she had in the garage freezer, and it's in the same. It's in tinfoil, just like wrapped up in chunks, and there's a bunch of pieces. And
so much tinfoil.
Chops her up and does the same thing. It makes. So I mean, you see where it's coming. It fills up the goddamn freezer and then leaves the door open of the freezer and walks off, and then the part with her hand in it rolls into the basket full of the actual food, which I don't understand why he would like not close it. Like, you want the body state? What's the point of putting a body in a freezer if you're gonna leave it open?
The guy has a lot on his mind right now. I'm not barring him against it. Like, all right, if I had to fucking kill somebody, chop up their body, aluminum foil them, and then put them in a fridge, I'm gonna forget one.
Yeah, you're probably checked out by that.
I'm gonna forget something along the way.
Okay. Well, so he gets up for a midnight snack,
Yes.
you know, hungry from his day. And no. He wakes up the next morning and doesn't know why May's not there.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And I wrote this part down too because it was like so ham-fisted. Like he opens the microwave hoping there'll be food because May didn't make his fucking his lunch, and he doesn't remember killing her. And he opens the fucking microwave and just sees her fucking severed head in there. And then he closes it, and there's just this cheap, cheesy moment where he's like, May's in the microwave. Like, he didn't see it right away, and then turned around and took it in the cartoon. Like, took him like 10 seconds to realize he just saw his wife's severed head. And it was like, oh, it was a real groaner.
That was the first time in this movie that, like, the acting is just so over the top that I felt like it had to have been like a directional cue. Like they had to have artistically been like, we want you guys to play it at 100 the whole time.
I mean, it could just be that they really found construction workers. I don't know. You know what? Did you want us to do research on this fucking show? Were you expecting us to watch the special features and shit, come and like fucking pop up video your ass and keep?
I would have liked that.
Well, you know what? It might happen someday, but I'm actually fucking surprised that we're still talking about Microwave Massacre.
I mean, there's so much.
We named this show Aimless Discussion. I expected us to be all over the place already, so I'm proud of us.
We're doing good. High fives.
So you give a shit about fucking Microwave Massacre if you came here for that, and I guess
Here you go.
You're less disappointed than the rest of the people. Okay. Then he remembers that he fucking killed her. He goes to work, and then that night he needs a midnight snack, and he fucking says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get some of May's shitty foods, better than nothing."
Yes.
And he bites into her hand because he's eating the meat raw out of a tinfoil in his garage. Oh, it's a very realistic take on cannibalism.
Yeah. But he accepts it right away.
Oh yeah, he's like, you know what?
Fuck it, this is me. This is who I am now.
Then he goes into what I'm guessing is your favorite part, where he eventually he gets critiqued. He starts taking the meat to work.
Oh
and
yeah.
They tell him it's amazing, but then they tell him it's tough and old.
Yeah. But that just forces him to start making it better, you know?
I was surprised at how freely he was willing to, or at how freely those people were willing to share. Like, it was like a rack of ribs looking thing. And they all wanted to taste it, and they all took bites from the same fucking origin point.
Yeah, close.
I was surprised. That was like the dawn of the AIDS epidemic.
I guess these guys have worked on so many buildings together. They're more like brothers than anything.
You see how they like try to put their dick in everything that walks by. Like,
sure.
It's just like herpes sandwich.
No, you know what? I'm retracting my agreement because like even my closest friends, if I was biting the same piece of chicken, which already isn't something that I would do, it's a weird thing to do. You don't share a chicken wing. You don't bite at the exact same spot. You find a corner, you find something else. Yeah, these guys just didn't give a shit.
No.
Of the construction workers, I did like the lighter skinned dude, like the white guy. I thought that dude was fucking hysterical.
It was odd that he was teaching the black dude like how to fucking groove with music and shit.
Yeah.
That was super realistic too.
A bit of a little role reversal. Yeah, I like that. It was weird when they came back though at the end. Like we don't see them go to his house at all, but like all the way at the end of the movie, they're the ones that like discover everything. I thought that was kind of a weird call, just out of place.
It was because I don't know. It really split the narrative. Like that was a fun scene. We should work our way up there. We'll get through the movies. There are some people that are going to be watching this just to like laugh, possibly. Sure. They haven't seen Microwave Massacre, so we should try to present them with kind of a fucking intelligible arc of what happens. So tell us about his when he wants to get more meat. He wants to keep this thing going.
Oh, right. Yeah, he starts getting praise from his friends. And like life is good. Like he doesn't have a wife that's bitching at him all the time. His friends are digging his food, kinda. So he goes out and he gets some more food. Who's the first chick that he ends up? It was the bar chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was a prostitute, right? Like she said something like he didn't pick up on about like charging him.
Was she?
Didn't she?
I don't know.
I've also been watching Game Grumps play Leisure Suit Larry, so this could all run together. I'm sure there's at least one person who's like a giant Microwave Massacre fan that's like infuriated because I like said that he went back to bed and then woke up and ate it, but he really ate it in the morning or something. I don't fucking know. Spoiler alert: this movie's not that fucking good. Like, it's kind of amusing to watch, but I'm not fucking rushing out to buy the $40 Arrow fucking version.
Yeah, no, I agree. It feels like a parody. The whole thing just feels like, I know this now. That's life, I guess. That's how it feels. Like, I'm glad I know it, so that way I can talk about it with other people. But it's not like if anyone's ever over, I would be like, you have to watch Microwave Massacre.
Right. Yeah. Now I've got my list of that. We're working through it, me and my girlfriend. She had already seen Terrifier, so I was super proud of her. But I had to lay out Behind the Mask.
Okay.
Tragedy Girls.
Nice.
Why am I brain farting by their go-to shit? I don't know. I've got a thing. Like, I hope I never have to do it again. Like, I just want to keep this one, not have to fucking show. But she's... What the fuck ever. Aimless discussion. We're talking about my girlfriend now.
Good.
Anyway.
How did she like Tragedy Girls?
She really liked it. So far, it's been really good. I mean, I'm expecting her to not like something because she's fucking nuts. Like, she doesn't like the Goonies.
Okay. Sure.
She says
did she watch it
She
too
says
late?
it's fucking boring. I don't know. I swear, like, that was my initial, like, oh, did you watch it, like, late in life? And I don't think so. I think she just didn't fucking get with it.
That's weird.
I don't know. Maybe she related to the maid because she was Mexican. Maybe like right in the beginning, she's like, I don't like how these kids are talking to this cleaning lady.
Sure. Unfair stereotypes. Fuck the Goonies.
So, anyway, she did not watch this one with me, but
I mean, I'm sorry to say, I'm not a huge lover of the Goonies.
I watched it as a kid, and I even played like the shitty Nintendo game, Goonies 2.
Oh, how's that?
Absolutely shit. But
absolutely shit.
Oh, yeah, but as a kid, like, it was just hard and you didn't know it was shitty. My cousin beat it. Shout out to Heather Dennis.
Some games you can't beat, though. Like, especially, like, movie adaptations of games. Like, have you ever played any of the Home Alones for the Super Nintendo?
I've watched the Game Grumps again. I've watched them play it.
Dude, it's garbage.
It is. It says Dennis the Menace and Garfield. They're all the same, like, side-scrolling, like, aimless bullshit.
Yeah. Super Nintendo had really fucking rough games. Like, games that to this day I still can't beat. Like, The Jungle Book.
Do you like how in movie games they add a bunch of enemies that aren't in the movie? Like you'll be playing Home Alone and there's just, like, all these rats and shit that are attacking you. And, like, and shit. Like, they make fucking shit up. And sometimes it's, like, you can see how they got it. Like, oh, it's an ice world, so we're going to throw a polar bear into this fucking movie. Sure. But, like, sometimes you're just like, what in the fuck?
There's no polar bears in fucking Halloween and Home Alone.
There's no polar bears on Halloween either.
Uh,
But we've got two
Just
movies
weird.
coming up. I'm thinking it's time
For what?
for fucking Michael Myers in the Arctic.
I agree. We've seen him on fire. We've never seen him like frozen.
Yeah.
Jason got frozen.
Yeah, cryogenically though, I still want to see a movie where he's in Crystal Lake during winter.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because the visual I see is him breaking out of the ice.
He has a pickaxe. He could get out.
I mean, he's got a lot of shit. He is the most versatile killer in the motherfucking universe.
Like weapon wise?
Like, out of all the figures NECA makes, they have to fucking make the most new shit for that bastard because he uses an ice pick, he uses a fucking actual pickaxe, he uses a hacksaw, he uses a fucking wine opener.
Oh, sure.
He never stops. I mean, but he also has a trademark weapon, which is amazing.
Yeah.
How do you use everything under the sun, but you still get to have a trademark machete? He's
This my
fucking
shit. This my shit.
praise.
So funny enough, I wasn't a Friday the 13th fan for years. And then I finally watched, and it was just like the first one itself.
Yeah.
And then I finally watched part 3, and then part 3 kind of like broke the glass ceiling for me. And ever since then, I've been like a fan of the films.
That's where it like picks up, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, this is now about a giant retard with a hockey mask,
Yeah.
fucking butchering people. Like,
Absolutely.
that's where the formula fucking kicks in.
Yeah. I like that. I like it a lot.
A lot of people, a lot of people I know like part 2 a whole lot, like Rebecca, Jesse Allen, those people that are in horror weird video nasties on Facebook. But no, I like it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of the first person kill,
Yeah.
and then you get to see them later.
There's only so much of it that I can deal with before it's like, nah, I want to see the monster. I want to see what's going on.
I've always been about seeing the monster. It's like been right there.
All right. What were we talking
We
about?
finally lived up to our name.
Yeah,
Finally,
yeah, we went there.
So, he bones hoes.
He does bone hose. But yeah, no, I don't think the first one was a prostitute. I think that chick was just like some drunk at the bar who, because all right, one of them definitely was a prostitute, like the last one, the brunette, who I thought was the hottest one out of all the chicks in this movie. And then he fucks the cracked out looking bird, and then the bar one. So it's like 3 different chicks that he fucks.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's not really anybody suspicious of him the whole time. So there's no stakes.
no one's yeah.
And then out of nowhere, like his friends come over, they're gonna go to somewhere for the night. They have plans, and they come into his house, and he's fucking dead next to the microwave because he had just gotten a pacemaker. And the microwave fucking had a sign. Like the last thing you see is it goes to a sign that says like "may interfere with pacemakers" or whatever. And that was kind of odd.
Weird ending. I don't know what they did there. I think they just didn't know how to end the film, and they
I
were
don't think
just
they
like,
knew how to fucking begin the goddamn film.
they were like, all right, how are we gonna start this?
They
thing?
didn't know how to film. Everyone.
Titties. We're gonna start with tits. And we'll end with a dead guy.
It wasn't a pain to get through.
Nah.
It's an enjoyable movie to a degree.
I watched it with one of my best friends. What up, Joseph? And he hated the film.
Did he?
Just from beginning to end, could not get.
Wasn't on board.
Yeah, and I could see how it's gonna do that. to
Well,
people.
first off, it looks like it's filmed in the '70s grindhouse type of shit's not high quality. I mean, I did watch it streaming, but I'm sure even the restored one doesn't look amazing. So that's gonna turn some people off. Some people don't like any movies that were made before like '88.
Sure. I get it. I mean, it looks different enough to where it can isolate people, which is like fine. But I didn't have that problem at all. I could sit through this film. I thought it was fine. Which is more than I could say for the other movie that we're going to be talking about here in a second. Yeah, no, it was fine. It was fine. I didn't think it was too long. I enjoyed the kills. There was no fucking on-screen kills in this thing.
No, there was. I mean, it didn't satiate me in a variety of ways.
But that seemed like a bummer. Like, I feel like anytime you put Massacre in
No
the
shit.
name.
3 kills is not a massacre.
It's
Fuck
not.
you.
That was surprising.
You don't get massacre credit, motherfucker.
You don't.
Fucking, I want a trail of fucking 12 bodies and they all have to be within view of each other. Like, that's a fucking massacre.
We didn't even have to see, like, him kill 12 people. But, like, a montage at least of him killing, like, 7 people would have been like, okay, this guy was getting down. He was really...
Why do I 100% feel like this movie was made because somebody the director knew just got that oven and, like, somebody else he knew had access to a fucking construction site on Sunday or some shit?
Sure. You work with what you got.
Right.
And when you throw it all together, you have Microwave Massacre.
Yeah.
But I like that. I would watch it again. I'm not going to watch it again soon, but I can see myself down the line talking about it and then showing somebody.
Yeah. I enjoy. I wanted to go back and revisit it from when I had initially restarted it last year, so it has value.
Yeah, I agree. Microwave Massacre.
Yeah, I'm done with numbers. I'm done with fucking whatever point whatever because when I rate a movie, then it catches up to me later because I'll rate a movie again in another, and then somebody will be like, oh, you gave this a 7.5, you gave this an 8, you like this movie better than that movie, and it's like, no. So I'm just gonna say it's watchable. It's fucking available readily for free. It's weird.
Yeah, I watched it on Prime.
If you like to drink or smoke, like it'll help.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I got drunk while watching this movie. It was fun.
I was probably high, but that's like my default.
All right, let's. So I want to do a thing where we make sequels for our movies. That
Fuck yes.
All right, so what would be if you had to do a sequel to Microwave Massacre? How would you do it?
Well, you just fucking bushwhacked me with this, didn't you son of a bitch? Why don't you tell me what you've been thinking about since you knew this segment was coming, and then I'll say what I would do.
All right, that's fair. All right. So my sequel, Microwave Massacre 2, would be the 2 construction workers. They go back. They're roommates the whole time. We didn't know it, but we know it in part 2.
Yep.
It's the focus on them now. They have an insatiable desire for flesh now, and so now they start to kill people, and they get the same microwave because they want to replicate the same taste, but they can't. So they keep on killing and keep on trying, and that's Microwave Massacre 2.
That fucking works. That fucking works. Okay, well, of course you'd pick up with them, and that's the natural way to go. So I'm gonna go fucking weird with mine, and people expect it from me. I'm the guy that complains when there's not a robot arm in a movie. They fucking they ate it, and they know they crave it, but they don't. They're not trying to open up a restaurant or anything. Or fucking sell. They're not trying to do that because that would just be like treading on blood diner. Really, what they do is they just turn into fucking psychotic. Fucking cannibals, like no pizzazz, no fucking subtlety, subtlety.
Yeah,
thank you. No subtlety to their fucking actions. They're just like insane fucking construction cannibals and just go out with like jackhammers and fucking sledgehammers and just mack people and just eat them raw like right there. It's just fucking give it to a maniac who hasn't even seen the first movie. Just tell him where he has to start from.
Yeah. I like it. I think that's the better way to go with the sequel.
I don't know. I like yours where they're like roommates and you can really play it up. Like,
but I like yours because they're using construction items. Like that's a good way to like get more kills going. No matter what, the sequel has to be bloodier.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's those 2 guys, and definitely keep comedy elements in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking A. So. You would say that you liked this feature better than the feature we're about to review.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Which is sad because this one was my pick.
Yes, it was. And I am the opposite. I enjoyed Killer Sofa more than I enjoyed Microwave Massacre. Yeah. All right. So you picked this one, even though you just described a lot. No, I had to take over because you didn't. You were just rambling. So you tell us what Killer Sofa is about.
All right. So Killer Sofa is about.
It's about an hour and 20 minutes, eh?
Hey! It's about, God, what would you call him? The Debuck? It's like a demon that has inherited the soul of a
I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I actually looked up this creature. It's, I'm on the wrong movie. I actually looked up this creature when I was watching it. It's a Dubuque.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a real thing.
Yeah, it's a Jewish fucking lore. A ghost that possesses people.
I'm not great with describing things. Go if you can do the plot, go for it.
All right. So basically, the log line would be a girl gets a fucking sofa and it's possessed. And
Yes.
It's gonna fucking kill people.
Ah.
Now the cover has a big open maw on the side. I'm sure everybody's seen. It looks like a very angry, monstrous sofa. Now that is not true, but it's not how we need to get. We don't need to get into that now. But that's basically what the movie is. Now, it opens up with a man that has another man strapped, and he's chopping him up.
Correct. Which I had to rewind that scene because at some point he's talking about like, don't chop off my legs. And I fully thought that was like his arm that he was going to be cutting off. So I had to like rewind and like make sense of it with my own eyes. But yeah, we don't know why he's cutting this dude's leg off. We don't know what the deal is. It's a very cold open. Very cold open. And then you see a shot of the actual sofa. It's like in the room with everything that's going on.
It got blood splashed on it at the very least, I believe. And then it cuts to, who are these fucking people? These are...
I guess they're, we don't know. We don't know. Because, like, it's not the same people that we end up following.
No.
It's just the people who are getting
But there's
the
like
sofa.
4 young people, so you think it's going to be the people we're following. And there's a guy called Dumbledore because the second scene he appears and he's got like a head wrap and he's like an old Santa Claus looking motherfucker and he like owns the storage facility.
Did you catch the little satchel around his neck? Have you ever seen Half Baked?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how Brian, I think his name is, has like the little satchel with like Jerry Garcia in it? Yeah. The whole time he's like wearing one of those around his neck.
Well, that's what's known as a gree bag in the witching world, so it's quite common.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about witches. I know things about Half Baked.
I've got a book on the other side of that shelf you can look at later. You won't.
I won't.
Fuck you.
I don't read books.
Okay. So, somebody gets injured while they're moving this fucking thing. And then there's like a note on it that says for Francesca.
Yes.
But I don't know if there were like directions on who the fuck Francesca is.
Yeah, we didn't know at first.
But she ends up getting the goddamn sofa.
Yeah, she does.
But not before Dumbledore, who owns the place, touches the sofa and like goes into a dream world.
Yeah. He's a little clairvoyant.
Yeah. This guy's Dumbledore has powers. We already knew that shit. And then she gets it.
Yeah, somehow.
So we got Francesca. We've got her friend Maxie, who I liked Maxie. And we've got Francesca's boyfriend, and apparently he's gay. Maxie says he's gay.
I didn't get that at all.
Well, he's not trying to fuck her like crazy, right? And she's got something, almost a supernatural allure where every guy that she's ever dated has just got obsessed with her, and it's turned into a stalker situation. And she's happy with him because it's not like that, but Maxie says it's because he's a homosexual.
Which I don't know.
We're all homosexual.
I mean, I am. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a little on the nose for me. The whole like every guy wants to fuck me, even some girls want to fuck me, which I thought was weird.
It fucking fits into the plot.
Yeah,
it becomes a major fucking plot fucking point.
That's the thing that makes
you have to forgive it in retrospect.
What I don't have to forgive is the fact that at some point she talks about how guys fall in love with her, and then sometimes even girls fall in love with her, and Maxie at no point falls in love with her, even though there's a scene where she like visually assaults her and like goes in the bathroom with a mask and like stares at her naked and shit.
Well, I think that in order for that magic pull to work, there needs to be some attraction to begin with. It's not fair that like she can't even have a best friend because everybody wants to fuck her. Like, it's not that extreme.
All or nothing.
You heard Michael, guys.
All or nothing.
You fucking put it all in, or he doesn't want any of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The only people who can't like her are gay people. That's the only way it makes sense for me.
Okay. Well, I did not have an issue with this particular part of the film.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for it the whole time. Maybe that's really where it all stems from.
You're
It's
just
the fact-
mad because there wasn't a hot lesbian action?
Absolutely. That's really what I'm upset
So
about.
this movie was made in New Zealand, and
Oh, that's right.
I found that either everybody in it was a serviceable actor, or the New Zealand accent is so pleasant that I'm unable to detect bad acting.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when I watch movies with like people with accents, it is a thing that bugs me or like will take me out of it. But like this film, not at all.
I fucking love that accent.
Yeah.
It's like casual Australian.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
very digestible.
light. Yeah. Oh, it was, so that it had that going for it right away.
So you thought Maxie was hotter than Francesca?
I was more attracted to her, but I don't know if it's. I think it's more that she just her personality mixed with.
Yeah, she was cool.
She was tied in because her grandfather turns out to be Dumbledore.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I also like that they didn't kill her off in this movie either.
I was sweating, dude. There's a scene where you think she might die, and I was actually invested. I was worried she was gonna fucking die.
But then she pops up. They have that like glass sticking out of her head.
Oh my god, I liked it a lot. Okay, like another tertiary character is Inspector Gravy. I loved his fucking name. He just sounds like solving crimes is so easy. I'm Inspector Gravy. Like,
Did you catch that his like the other sheriff that her name was Detective Grape? So
No.
they're Detective Grape and Gravy.
but that shit don't go together.
I don't know, man. That's what they did.
Well, thank God. If it was Detective Potatoes, then that would be fucking stupid. But as it stands, like it seems like a plausible coincidence.
Good old Grape and Gravy.
And then there's another character which is just a friend, right? TJ or something like that.
TJ is the boyfriend.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
he is the gay boyfriend.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's really gay.
Yeah.
He might just not be a rapist.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And the way that he dies is he gets a spring through his leg, and then he's attacked.
Yeah, she
And
takes
he
the
bombs us.
she gets the sofa home, and her ex-boyfriend fucking left it to her. They find like his legs in a fucking storage unit, and then there's a bloody note that says for Francesca, and somehow it gets delivered to her. She puts this sofa in her home. She has her boyfriend move it in, and then you start to notice it's coming to life. And the first time we get a character knowing it is when the boyfriend the thing lifts up its leg rest and then rams into him from behind, pinning his leg against the oven,
Yeah,
and then sticks him through the leg.
that's right.
And then this stupid son of a bitch lives through it, goes to the hospital, and he tries to tell her that her fucking thing is possessed. And then he goes home and tries to live a normal life, and then so his death is on him.
Yeah. That is one thing that in that scene was the first time that we actually get to see like the eyes and mouth light thing. That I really liked in this movie. I thought visually this film looked fucking awesome.
It was competent as fuck, and I love the way they had the thing move. Like it would turn its head, which was just the whole back, but the arms would stay in the same spot. It just like would look, and then like they would prop it so it was like looking over a balcony.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the shit out of it.
The couch itself, I really liked. I liked its design. I liked the way that it looked.
They made it look like it had a face without making it ridiculous.
Which is something that I didn't like about that film. Not that it had a face, but the fact that like no one at no point was like, that kind of looks like a face on this couch right here. Because that'd be like the first thing that I say about
It's so
that couch.
common that you would expect to hear it, but maybe they just don't want to draw attention to it or like make it seem cheesy or point out their shit in a cheesy way.
They were maybe they were a little insecure about the design itself.
This movie was taken 100% serious, and first of all, if you think this movie looks fucking stupid, you have no right to see it and then complain that it was fucking stupid.
Sure.
Like you've already accepted that you're about to watch a movie about a killer piece of furniture. Mm-hmm. So you have to fucking take it at face value after that, which I did. It was 100% taken seriously. The lore was interesting. I mean, it was just a fucking sofa. Like, it's weird. Like, it's an interesting movie because, I mean, it does have funny shit in it, but mostly it's just a serious ghost, I guess, movie.
Yeah, it's a possession film, for sure. Yeah, and I agree with that. Where like it's not it's definitely something that you go into not. I think the bar is set really low for it. Where you go in, it's kind of like, all
You
right,
think it's
this
gonna be
is-
like Rubber, where it's just a tire bouncing
Yeah.
around killing people?
yeah. But it actually was rather serious, and like you pick up on that too. It's one thing to try and be a serious film when
Right.
you have a silly premise, and then it doesn't land, but it does land in this. It does play as a serious film.
Yeah, it wouldn't make a good double feature with something like Rubber or one of those
Yeah,
silly ones.
but it is silly at times. Like the
Like premise, that's definitely silly.
yeah, like when Francesca is running away from the couch itself. It just looks like she's running out of a room. There's no like noticeable monster. It's just a couch.
And at best, it'll slide forward. And
Yeah, exactly.
I liked it. It was subtle. So this thing, the Dubuque, I could pronounce it earlier when I was watching the movie. I don't fucking know now, but it feeds on human souls. So if it gets you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It eats you.
Something that they didn't explore that they mentioned that I was hoping to see was that they're like, if you interrupt it while it's eating, like really bad things will happen.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't happen. Like no one gets interrupted.
I guess they're just trying to let you know that once it starts eating, that person's soul is fucked. So
Right. There's no
just
coming
might
back.
as well save yourself instead of like getting involved.
Yeah. That makes the most sense. I can live with that for sure. There's a reveal at the end of this film with the guy who got his legs cut off that he's actually in the couch the whole time.
This is definitely a movie where the whole time you're wondering what the fuck's going on and how it all fits together, and they give you little pieces, and there's still things that don't make sense. And it actually took me about half an hour after the movie. I still had a lingering question, and then I kind of realized.
Yeah.
But yeah, his corpse is actually in there because there's a big thing where they're like, this thing can't possess objects really. It needs to possess a corpse, and you find out there is a corpse in the fucking thing.
Yeah. That was something for me too that I was confused about.
But it also
then I put it
infects the
together.
sofa because the sofa has articulation and fucking expressions and shit.
Yeah, it has a voice.
It's a little muddy, but I think I've made it all. It's all made sense. Like, because I was trying to figure out if the serial killer and the creature itself were two different entities, but like they also were passed in bloodlines. But I was trying to think of what does the dude have to gain by letting that thing possess him. But then I'm thinking like it is him. Like,
Yeah, it's
right?
like all one thing.
Yeah. And so he was naturally drawn to her because it turns out that she is possessed by a female version, and it's both of them have been in the same bloodline passed down to child after child.
Yeah.
And her irresistible nature comes from the kind of magic that those two practitioners practiced before they were killed and became Dubuques.
Yeah.
And so that explains why, everybody wants to fuck her and gets obsessed with her and everything.
All right, here's something that I'm still trying to piece together.
Okay.
So while you're watching the movie, there's glimpses of like, way back in the day where you see like their original bodies.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to kill her and she's like running away from him the whole time. But then at the end of the movie, they're both reunited and like they're like swell. They're getting along, they love each other and stuff. But that's not like the relationship that I got from them at all. What do I
We didn't get to see the relationship because he caught up. Well, they burned him. He was already burned.
Was he? So who was chasing her the whole time?
The female ancestor of the main character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she slits her own throat and then possesses the fucking bitch who was standing there.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
The reason it's confusing is because they fucking made the Dubuque female look a lot like the main character. They both had long black hair, and it's just like, you kind of want to assume that they're going to be the blood relatives, but it wasn't. It was the girl that was chasing her. And so he just wanted to be with her. There's a lot going on. You just think it's going to be a movie about a sofa that eats people. Even while I was watching it, when she was sitting in it, I'm like, is she going to get fucking crunched and pulled in? Like,
All right. No, instead they just have like a nice sexy sequence.
Well, this thing's got like a giant fucking spring that it like brings out of itself that it uses as a limb, a prehensile limb of some kind, and you never really see the sofa and the spring at the same time. So, I mean, that they were just But they play the spring, but they did a good fucking job. It's a fun fucking movie.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I've seen worse movies for sure. I'm sure Tables is worse.
Tables.
Have you seen that? The trailer to Tables with Ronda Rousey? It's just a movie about killer tables.
Ew.
Tables are taking over the world.
Well, see, my initial reaction is ew, but I just watched a movie about a killer recliner.
This is better.
I'm sure it is.
Even looking at the trailer.
So are you saying we should have done a mega first show and done like 15 different appliances?
Nah. Definitely not. Definitely not. Alright. What would you do for a sequel?
A sequel to Killer Sofa. So the movie ends with the two of them in new bodies. Detective Gravy is possessed by the male and what the fuck's her name?
Francesca.
Francesca is possessed by the female, and they leave. And what do? What was the very last scene?
They kill Maxie. No, they don't kill Maxie. They
Oh, she's hugging her,
yeah,
and then you're like, no.
Yeah,
okay, so she's possessed, and Maxie fucking doesn't know, and that detective guy is there. So, I mean, I don't. You have to call it Killer Sofa 2, right? So you're starting off with two possessed people, but you need. So the opening act has to be Maxie finding out that they're possessed and like freeing her friend and the cop guy from them, and they possess something else. And like I would go with a sectional. Like they're both in it. It's technically two things. One's a recliner, one's a fucking L-shaped sofa.
Sure.
They fit together,
but
they can also separate. And then if it had a
killer
bigger
sofas.
If it had a bigger, like aliens.
Yeah.
If it had a bigger budget, you could do interesting things with it, like have it rear up like a fucking dragon and shit, where they're connected. Like, I'd go all the way.
Yeah, that's something that I would want to see, but it would take away the soul of the first movie being serious.
Many sequels will.
I would want it to eventually go down the line where it's just completely insane. Like, I would love to see like a mechanical killer sofa that has like machine guns.
So by the time you get to Killer Sofa 4, it's like
it's
in
like
space, and it's a fucking like the Emperor's throne, and it's got all these weapons and shit attached.
It has like wheels that it can get up, and like we've seen it. Like each sequel, it gets stronger and stronger. But that would mean that the whole focus would have to go back on the sofa and not on the debooks.
Well, the hard part about the movie is, like, if it's a sequel, you want to include the title of the original. So if you call it Killer Sofa and there's no Killer Sofa,
you can't do it.
It's a problem.
I thought the way that they were going to end this movie, because they were like, it needs a new host. It needs to go to something else. Before I realized that they were going to go into Francesca and Officer Gravy, I thought it was going to take on another appliance. And, like, when you're looking, you see that guitar right there.
Yeah.
So I thought part 2 was going to be, like, the killer guitar or something, and it was just going to keep on going that way.
Oh man, there's a lot of ways you could go if the title wasn't an issue. Like even a script I was working on a couple years ago would serve as a sequel because it's just about possession. Like you could really do anything with it. Like you possess inanimate objects, but to what level does it become even stupider? Like with the sofa, you're able to sort of mimic, the facial expressions and shit, but like a killer book is just gonna fucking open and close.
Right.
Like,
which then that reminds me of just like Evil Dead almost.
Right,
like,
or like
a
Harry
book
fucking Potter.
Then you can't, take it off and shit. I like that.
This is definitely one and done, and I'm sure the fucking director wants to move on to other things. And if anyone from the film is watching this, I don't know. I enjoyed your fucking flick. You can get at us if you want. We're new and we don't have anything going on.
What do we have to lose? It's another thing that I would really like to see if ever it got like multiple sequels and it got so crazy. I'd like to see an army of sofas, like a global thing.
The Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just a fucking shit ton. Like a sofa goes to like one of those like furniture stores and just like awakens all of the furnitures and shit.
That's intense.
Like how like Chucky does now,
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Fuck, dude. You could go really zany with a sequel, couldn't you?
Oh, you could.
Put my shitty Ottoman joke in there.
Oh, I'd love it. Like the whole movie long, you're killing sofas with like shotguns and shit, and then all the way at the end, you see an ottoman. It's like you forgot about me. Then black screen, boom.
Holy shit.
But this one I would watch again, even though like I liked them both. I did like them both.
I went ahead and bought this on Blu-ray because I bought it on DVD. I could say Blu-ray because I make all my DVDs look like Blu-rays because of an OCD issue I have. I keep it to a minimum. I bought it, and then I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it on my phone because I watched it very recently and I wanted to sit outside and smoke. So I paid for this movie twice.
What?
I purchased it and rented it on YouTube.
Why?
I just told you because I bought it on Blu-ray and then I wanted to watch it on my phone while I smoked.
That's
Were you listening?
surprising.
Jesus Christ, Mike.
It
He doesn't listen to me. And he
took a
fucking
second.
makes the shittiest food. Crab sandwiches.
Listen, whole crab sandwiches are delicious.
Except it's not a crab. It's just a mound of his pubes he shaved off full of fucking lice.
You said that you liked it. So now...
What else am I going to say?
My feelings are hurt. What's
Well,
going on?
we'll deal with this off camera.
Fine. Last pube crab sandwich. I fucking make you.
That's a threat, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is our first show. We don't know what the fuck we're doing yet. We're hoping to include more segments and different stuff, some prize giveaways. Help us, give us something to strive for. Like, everyone, if you're watching this, it's probably like our handful of 10 friends each. Like, pass it on to somebody who appreciates lewd humor and stupidity. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, fucking comment. Tell us what the fuck sucks.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought about Killer Sofa and Microwave Massacre if you've watched it, or if we've enticed you to watch either one now. That's always a good one. We have a Christmas episode coming up.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We're going to be watching Sleigh Bells.
And better watch out.
All right. Yeah. You can get at us on Facebook, Aimless Discussion. You can... obviously, I'm assuming you're watching it on fucking YouTube now, so pass that on too. If you would like to email us for anything, spam, are you a Nigerian prince? Do you have an idea of what we should do? Do you want to be on the show? Do you live in Southern California? Get at us at aimlessdiscussion@gmail.com. No.
Yeah.
This has been fucking cool, and I'm fucking excited to do another one.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too, man. I'm excited for our Christmas episode and the things that we have coming.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching so far.
We love you.
We do love you.